Of all the things President Donald Trump is going to be known for, I'm wondering where homelessness ranks in that list. Because right now, President Donald Trump is signing executive orders, he's making decisions, he's trying to actively solve the housing crisis. So what is he doing? We're going to talk about it. Is it going to be effective? Do we want it? I have my own run-ins when I own a commercial property. I used to go to work all the time, and I would have homeless around my building, and I'd have to shoo them off because basically I had customers coming or some other thing going on that day. And I said, you got to move on. And so you couldn't help but become friends with these guys. And I use the word friends as loosely, but it's like you talk to them, and most of them, yeah, they had mental issues. A few of them had drugs. I mean, I remember waking up a guy out of a sleeping bag. This was probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. First thing he did, he looks at me, he says, "Hey, all right, good. I'll move on. No problem." And cracks open a beer right in front of me that morning. And I was like, all right, well, that's an issue, and moving those people on was hard, but you get to talk to them. And I realized some of them weren't homeless. They just enjoy being on the street. Like they had a place to go, somewhere that they could sleep, whether it was a parent's house or a friend's house, but they actually had a house to go to, but they just decided they wanted to be outside. They wanted to be among the stars or just walk around and not be confined to a house. That was their choice. So I'm wondering, what are you running into out there as far as, are you thinking the same thing? What are the reasons for homelessness? Okay. And people experiencing homeless. You can put whatever tag you want to on there. But all right, back to President Donald Trump. One thing he's considering is a way to commit people to mental hospitals. So somebody that's homeless, either chronically or just beginning the homeless stages, and as far as if they're mentally handicapped, are you going to be able to take them off the street? Are you going to be able to commit them to a facility? And it's one of those things, will that help? Will that help the general thing to say, hey, if you continue to do drugs and do all these bad things to your own body, we're going to commit you to a mental facility? So I'm a little torn on this one because it's kind of hard. Again, if it's your choice to do this, if you want to do this, is it up to the state or government to bring you in and commit you? So that's the debate, probably for a different video. But as far as what we want to happen with that, understand this too. The birth rates in America have fallen to 1.6 births per woman. Okay, so 1.6. Guess what we need to continue the population we have now? 2.1 births per woman. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. How are we going to do that? And do we even want to at that point too? It's like, all right, if we have a problem with supply and demand where we have too much demand for homes but not enough of a supply, should we just let our birth rates deteriorate and go down more so that we have more homes for the people, for the next generation coming up behind us? Maybe that's a possibility. I mean, I'm wondering if it's even a good thing. And then of course, that's where immigration comes in. And should we have immigrants come into this country at a higher rate in order to reach the 2.1% population? That's the debate question we could be talking about overall. So is it a good thing to have this? Now, what's a way to continue the birth rate to be higher per woman? Hey, how about we stop having abortions? Stop killing babies. I don't care. It's not a clump of cells. It's actually a baby. It's a child. Okay. If we were to stop abortions, would that raise it to 2.1? Thankfully, President Donald Trump and his administration took a lot of the funding away from Planned Parenthood. So Planned Parenthood just stopped the largest facility for abortions called Planned Parenthood in Houston. 78,000 square feet of abortion baby killing facility has been shut down now. So how is that going to affect things? I mean, girls and women, they're still going to get abortions if they really want, but at the same time, hopefully they know there's still help out there in order to take care of that baby, not clump of cells. Okay. So that's kind of a good thing to see that going around. I really hope that sticks and we can get this abortion thing off the table and just start living lives for that matter. But you look at the other things that President Donald Trump is doing as well. Obviously, the deportations. Okay, ICE is coming in. I mean, you got how many millions of dollars? I forget how many millions of illegal immigrants we have in this country right now. If we take them off the street, we take away the demand, and the supply goes up. Oh, look, affordable housing. Could you imagine that? I mean, you're basically competing with a whole bunch of families and illegal aliens against U.S. citizens to buy homes. If you take away that competition, wouldn't that lower the prices of homes? Think about that. Is illegal immigration and deportations with ICE a good thing? Put it in the comments. Let's hear how those goes, but be respectful. All right. Also, too, did you know that Chinese nationals, they're actually the number one owner or purchaser of land right now? They got $13.7 billion in U.S. houses from Chinese nationals. So we're just passing laws now to basically eliminate the ability for Chinese to buy land or homes in America. It's not like I can go buy Chinese property. I can't call them up or call a realtor in China and be like, hey, can I buy some property today? I would like to buy it next to a military base as well. Wouldn't that be fun? Or Americans' farmland. Let's do that. Or Chinese farmland, I should say. I want to go buy a whole bunch of property in the middle of Chinese farmland. Nope, not going to happen. And there's not a whole lot of countries out there that you can do that with as an American citizen. So why are we allowing them to do it with us? So of all these things, where are we going to end up? How is President Donald Trump going to be remembered? Okay, because if he does solve this crisis, if he does put the severely mentally handicapped people into mental facilities, takes them off the street, does that solve the problem? Bring affordable housing to the market, which again, no one, we did a video on this, no one can really talk about what affordable housing is other than it's houses that people can afford. One other thing that's happening right now is the VA Home Loan Reform Act. This just passed in July 30th, 2025, and we're looking at it. Details are still coming out, but the idea is to keep veterans in their home, okay? They were in the military, they fought for this country, and if they need a little bit of help somewhere along the line in their mortgage and they can't make all the payments, the idea is the payments that they can't make are going to be tacked on to the end of the loan. So I'm curious to see how this works. Will it help? You know, I mean, basically, we have so many veterans out on the streets for various number of reasons, but if we can keep them in their home, it also goes for spouses too. So if a veteran dies and their spouse is able to take over the loan, then basically it helps them as well, keep them in the house. I mean, there's so many different things that this could really benefit people. So again, going back to the different questions, you know, the mental facility, is it right to commit those that can't protect themselves and are homeless? Is that correct to put them in a mental facility? Should we get rid of the Chinese nationals? Should we get rid of illegal aliens in this country and to free up more homes on both of those occasions? Do we want a 2.1 birth per woman just to keep our population where it's at? Or should we just let the population dwindle? And of course, closing down abortion facilities, will that help? Will it help? And what will it help for that matter? But should we keep the demand lower to raise the quote-unquote supply of homes without having to build new ones, keep all the different things we have in this country? So let me know your thoughts, okay? If you learned something, if you like this, put a like, put a comment in there, subscribe, hit the bell, do all those things, but keep the conversation going. And man, I see all these headlines again, but we got to look at the truth between lines. Between